Hey there, hunters, and welcome back to the Gunners Guild in all its horrible glory. So, today I want to talk about myself and stepping away from content creation. Probably not permanently, to be honest, but for now at least. I still plan to cover some Monster Hunter stuff as Sunbreak is coming out, but overall my expectations of that game are pretty low, so I'm not really sure how much it's going to keep my attention. And I don't typically talk about my personal life and stuff because I feel like it's not all that important for everyone to know, but I'll give you some insight as I'm going to be taking off anyway. But whatever, let's just get into this. So, first, as scummy as it does sound, yes, I'm stopping purely for financial reasons. This really isn't working out for me. I had been making content for about 4 years now, and through that time, I'd always had a job as an electrician. And I kind of got tired of that job, mostly due to poor management and the owners selling the company off to a conglomerate. So, everything kind of went to poo. So, I quit. Now, during the 7 years I worked there, I saved all the money I could and managed to buy a house with my now girlfriend. I'm no dummy. I'm not going to just buy a house and quit my job without having a plan. I'm a planner. I had enough money saved up so I could feasibly live for about a year without working after I bought the house. So I've been doing content creation more full-timey since October of last year. I've been usually streaming like 4+ times a week and trying to crank out more videos than before. And I figured if I had focused on that I could make it kind of work out, since honestly, I don't really need that much income to survive. I think like $1,500 a month would have covered it. And honestly, I thought I could make that work and that would be my goal. But after these 7 months, I realized that, yeah, it's not really going to happen. So I needed to get back into the working force. And since I don't really know what my job's going to be or what my hours are, I can't really commit any time to streaming or making videos until all that stuff kind of gets settled. So that's kind of the backstory of where I am. And now I kind of want to address why I had failed, because obviously I can't get ahead in life and, do anything without learning. And part of that process is addressing your failures. So look, I know I'm not the most likable person around. I don't really pull my punches. I don't sugarcoat anything. And overall, I'm a pretty negative person, and nobody likes a negative Nancy. I get it. It's kind of why I focus most of my content on educating people, like in Monster Hunter, or trying to keep things as much focused on the content as I could, leaving myself out of it completely. Granted, my YouTube content is pretty stale, and I'm not really like artistic. I'm not really good at editing, and I'm not one of those to spam like memes and nonsensical crap in videos, which is kind of what you need to do to get ahead these days. And it's just not something I want to do, so it's clearly not something for me. Streaming is also a bad idea. Like, I know I don't have the most entertaining personality. I'm like a self-proclaimed emotionless robot after all, and I'm not even sure why I streamed in the first place. Like, I'm definitely not a good host. I figured I could like answer some questions and give people more direct one-on-one help with games and stuff while I stream, but that's kind of fallen through. I don't really know what I was thinking there. I know to get anywhere, like in content creation, it's more about you, the personality, your brand, and the community you inhabit. And that's the exact opposite of everything I want. Like, I don't want myself to be a face of a community. I don't want to have to babysit people on Discord and be responsible for what they say or do. So I've kind of stayed away from all that. And like, I don't like feigning excitement, which is like 90% of all content creators out there. And it just bugs me a lot. Apparently, it's never okay to say something bad or flawed, and every little bit of news has to be met with excitement and like fake wonder. Like, making videos or doing like streams and stuff, I keep trying to make things as real as possible for me. And that just happens to be mostly negative and critical because, to be honest, the gaming industry has been kind of shit for a long time. Elden Ring was such a breath of fresh air, like just showing how terrible games have been. Like, even Elden Ring isn't perfect. It's riddled with bugs, broken mechanics, performance issues, and awful input buffering. But with all that, it's still miles ahead of what most games offer these days. So, I see a game reveal or something that's like 90% cutscenes and no gameplay, and I'm like, why am I excited? Like, I don't see the point. Like, I want to stay cautiously skeptical because we've been all burned way too many times. But that's not what the people want. So, all right, I kind of got a bit off topic there. You get the idea. I'm a hot mess. I know it, and it's not suitable for a growing audience. My content has always been pretty niche too. Like, I like playing odd builds in games or playing exactly what I shouldn't be playing, and that's not really a good platform to build myself upon, especially when I have this dull personality. So yeah, I just don't think there's much there that I can do to further myself in this. And I was happy to do it while I was employed because the income I made from YouTube and Twitch didn't even matter. But now that it does, I just get frustrated at myself for doing this and going nowhere. obviously this was a bad idea. Like, thankfully, I gave myself enough of a buffer to figure that out in time. I mean, I just don't want my girlfriend who lives with me to be burdened with having to pick up from my slack for not being able to sustain the income for our house that we need. And I've tried branching out to different games or spreading my face and personality around with like the loading screen podcast, which I now seldomly do. And I've tried to build relationships with people online to get more, options or to get insight and see how other people are handling things. But I mean, nothing's really sticking for me. I feel like a bit of a failure, to be honest. So I think the best idea for me is just to go back working and stop making content for a while. I mean, it's not like I contribute anything really worthwhile anyway. So that's basically it for me, though. I mean, you might see random uploads here and there as I finish my Elden Ring stuff and maybe some content on Monster Hunter Sunbreak when that news drops or when that game comes out. But yeah, I'm not really going to be around a whole lot. So I got to go find more suitable income. But yeah, have fun, everyone, and good luck out there.